When you create your goal map, it helps you to create a new subconscious command. And I'm sure a lot of your people already know this. And in this time, each of us are needing to develop new patterns of behavior, new attitudes, new beliefs, new feelings. And so the goal map really supports in all of that because it captures that information, helps to program the subconscious. So if people want to go to their goal mapping account at goalmapping.com, or they want to download the free paper templates, print those out. Obviously, it's a little bit short timeline now to go and print out templates. They can, of course, watch the recording afterwards. But it is creating the map that's really important. And having said all of that, let me share my screen and just bring up a short presentation. Can you see the screen okay, Sandra?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
loud and proud.
So for 25 years, goal mapping's been helping people. It's reached almost 5 million people in that time. My big goal is to reach 7 million people. It's a goal I've been working on for 20 odd years. So
wow,
getting there, but still a long way to go. It's helping people in business and my big clients, people like Microsoft. My passion is it's helping little people in schools. More than 1 million children from 15 countries now. Sports people, so here's Catalin Konya, 3-time world champion kickboxer. Here's a goal map. Athletes really value visualization. And when you create a goal map, it's like you're capturing the visualization and you're turbocharging it. And Catalin says, give her the edge, help to win the world championships. I've done a lot of work for Tony Robbins over the years. He has his own goal setting program, actually, which is a good testament to goal mapping, that even though he has his own goal setting program, he brings me in to work with these top people and has some nice things to say. Now, here's a goal map. And to get to the point, the reason why a goal map works is this balanced combination of words and pictures. We need both if we're going to be effective. If you read some of the books before the year 2000 on goal setting, even the world's top experts, what the books tell you is rewrite the goals 100 times a day, every day. And the reason they recommended that is you need to repeat the words a lot of times to have a good influence on your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind responds to imagery. And experts started to realize this, particularly with sport and visualization around year 2000, and dream boards become popular. And so after 2000, you see a lot of the goal setting people say, do a dream board, do a vision board. And the challenge there very often, I get a lot of people come to me with dream and vision boards, is they have no words. And the simple reality is we need both. We need the words for our conscious understanding, we need the imagery for our subconscious command. And in the goal map, we have both, and we have some extra things. So we've got a main goal right in the center. And this is my surviving victory over coronavirus. And in the middle, I've got, I will survive. And I'm not just going to survive. I'm going to survive with a sing in my heart. And I've got Gloria Gaynor here because that tune kept coming to my head. I will survive. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's me. I'm going to pull through this, and I'm going to come out feeling really strong. And then on either side, we've got side goals. Now, these can all be from different areas of your life, or all from the same area, like when we do a health and well-being map. With this victory map, they want to be the different aspects. So what are you going to do mentally? What are you going to do physically? What are you going to do in your work? All the different things you need to do in order to get through this period. And then at the top, we've got the reasons why. And so for me, my reasons are things like thriving for my children. I'm choosing life. So it's about making that conscious decision that you're going to get through this and be your best. And for the people I want to help, for the work in the world. We've got a timeline on the map, start date and achievement date. Without that, it's not a goal, it's a wish, it's an intention. And then we've got a how, so what are the actions we need to take? And then we've got who. And here on my map, the who is all me. Sometimes on a map, the who is someone else, a coach, a mentor, a trainer, a teacher, a family member. But on this particular map, it's me. And when the who is you, what you focus on is who you need to be. What are your ways of being? They're going to help you with the doing. That's going to lead you to the having.
Yeah.
So,
Brian,
why does it work?
can I interrupt you just 1 second? So Jilly in the group, she's saying that I Will Survive was #1 in the charts the day she was born.
Wow.
and
nice bit of synchronicity.
Absolutely. And we've got in our Slimpod Club, our lovely Debbie created a playlist, and all of the group contributed to the boppy playlist, you know, the feel good playlist. And of course, Gloria Gaynor came up several times for people that wanted to do that. So yeah, so good song.
Well, let me go back. You see here on one of the side goals, I can't bring it up larger, but on the right-hand side, I've got the 3 degrees here, and they're singing "Take Good Care of Yourself."
Oh, great!
And the reason I chose that is because, and I know you know this stuff already, Sandra. The subconscious mind is so powerful, but there are some things it cannot do. And one of those things is it can't distinguish between what's good for you, bad for you, right or wrong, those things. And it's very literal. And it doesn't understand abstract. So if you observe young children where their subconscious is to the surface, and you tell a young child, don't touch, what do? Well, they touch. And in adult life, our conscious mind is more developed, so we can work things out. But of course, our subconscious still responds to the literal. And so at the moment, there are a lot of well-meant messages like don't touch your face.
Yeah.
But the subconscious doesn't understand touch, don't. And so what we've got is touch your face. Now, I've scrubbed my hands, so I'm okay to touch my face at the moment indoors. When I'm outside, what I'm reminding myself of is I keep my face hands-free.
Right.
Just like in your car, you've got hands-free with the phone.
Yeah.
Now, when I go out, I'm hands-free with my face.
Yeah.
And this, take good care of yourself. I've had, last year, I was rushed into hospital. I had blood clots on both my lungs.
Yeah.
Most of my life's been as, for the last 20 years, a conference speaker. And so I fly all over the world, but it's taken its toll. And I got rushed into hospital with these blood clots. And it puts me in the bracket that is higher risk. And I've had a lot of people phone up and say, Brian, you're vulnerable. And I know they mean well, but I don't want to hear it. Because in my workshops, I ask for a strong volunteer, man or woman, and I tell them, stand really strong, stand really strong. I get them to put their arm out, and I try and push it down. And I ask them, say out loud, you're strong, you're strong, you're strong. And I can't push their arm down. And then I get them to focus their mind and to say, I'm weak, I'm weak, I'm weak. And their whole body drops.
Yeah.
Because their subconscious is hearing I'm weak, and their body becomes weak.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell yourself you're vulnerable, it's not really a great message to send.
Really not a good message.
So I thought, well, so what, you know, I don't want to ignore the obvious that I'm in a higher risk group, but what is a positive message to give to myself? And it's not so much that I'm vulnerable, I just need to take extra care.
Yeah.
I need to take good care of me. In fact, I thought about it just about half an hour ago, making a cup of tea. But what's an even better statement might be, I give good care to myself. Rather than taking anything, I'm giving good care to myself.
Yeah.
And that's what that second song's about. Anyway, so why does it work? Well, this combination of words and pictures serves to stimulate both the left and the right brain. And the latest science shows that both sides of the brain can all do all the different things. That's what neuroplasticity is.
Yeah.
But generally, left brain's more logical, right brain's more creative. Right brain thinking in pictures, left brain thinking more in words. And by having a goal map in words and pictures, it helps us stimulate more of the brain cells. We have billions of them, of course, and each of your brain cells or neurons grows these little branches called dendrite, and a wiggly tail in blue here called an axon, and they're all separated by a small gap known as the synaptic gap. Now, here's the key point. When you choose a positive thought, and it is a choice,
Yeah.
sometimes it just happens naturally because something good has taken place in our life, but we can actually experience something bad in our life, like this virus, and still choose to hold a positive thought, look for what's right. And by doing that, we stimulate like a positive impulse that triggers the release of a chemical into our brain called serotonin. And most people will know of it these days as the happy chemical. Think a positive thought, it triggers serotonin, same as antidepressants do, but we're doing it naturally. That helps us to have a positive feeling. And the other main function, of course, is it works as a neuroconductor. So it bridges the synaptic gap. It joins the brain cells together. It allows your thought to continue on its journey. You build this positive connection. And it's when you have that aha moment. Now, at first, the connection breaks apart again. And this is why goal setting is important, because when you set a goal, what you're actually doing is you are reminding yourself. Every time you think about your goal, imagine yourself achieving it, tell yourself you're going to do it, you re-establish the brain cell connection. As you do that, you build your belief, because a belief is really just the established connection between two or more brain cells. It releases all the chemicals that give you good feelings, and you engage both your creative mind, so you have a good vision of your future. And we want people to have a positive picture of the coming period, that they're going to get through this, and not just get through it, but they're going to get through it, and they're going to triumph. They're going to come out the other side thriving, not just surviving. And of course, we need to engage our logical brain. We need to be very effective now in our actions and our planning. How we're going to go to the shop, how often we're going to shop, are the cupboards stocked? We're going to need to find those effective solutions to the problems of living in a different way that's been thrust upon us at short notice.
Yeah.
I teach a great deal about innovation, and innovation comes from having that balance between vision and logic. If you've got just the vision, you've got a picture, but you don't know how to get there. If you've got just the logic, you've got ability, but you don't know where to go. We need the two together, and when we have those in a balanced form, we get that innovation. And this is what goal mapping does for people, because of this use of words and pictures to help stimulate both sides of the brain. And I've just been helping as many people as I can to create goal maps. I know you were on my live last night, my Life Path live.
I was.
And I showed Sheila's map.
Yeah, and you know, Brian, we were going to do one together, but actually you could take people through this one because it's so similar to what I would do anyway. And I just think that'd be far easier than, unless you want to, but I think that this, because honestly, when I saw that image of Sheila in the middle there, of like Superwoman, oh my life, that's me. That is me. And I would choose that identical image in there.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show a few different maps.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to the website and I'll show mine.
Okay.
And in the process of showing mine, I'll show how someone creates the maps and what some of the important keys are.
Yeah.
Because there is a way of stating your goal that increases the power.
Right.
And when people don't know it, they very much decrease the power.
Sure.
So on Sheila's map here, this is her coming out the other side of Corona virus stronger than she is at the moment, actually finding ways to profit with her business. And I think she's 72.
My word.
But she's really, I love the attitude she has. She's wanting to help other people on the way. She knows that she's going to need to be courageous. Yeah. And she's also caring for her husband, who became unwell last year.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? She's stepped up to the mark in such a big way. She's looking to feel physically good as well as mentally and emotionally. So
Yes.
she's doing what she can around exercising. And then at the top of the map, her reasons, being proud of her achievements, having stronger relationships, and feeling excited that there is still a future. And then if you look down to the bottom part of the map, on the right-hand side is the how, and on the opposite side, on the left, is the who. And so down at the bottom on the right, her first action is practicing with virtual communication. She knows that she needs to get her head around things like Zoom,
Yeah.
Facebook Live and WhatsApp, because that's her connection to the world and also the way that she's going to work her business. And she's conscious of social distancing. And I'll tell you, I'm out there in the shops. I'm very conscious of it, but I'm seeing other people around me that are not so conscious.
Yeah, I know.
And today I did something that would seem unusual, but I thought about it, and I thought about speaking to you later. I think with these very different circumstances, and please take what I'm saying here with a balance of common sense. Because I'm hearing this with the government ministers, is that they're coming up with lots of, here's what you can do and here's what you can't do and here's what you can do, and then they sort of override it all with saying, and use common sense. So today I needed to go down the shops to get food for my mum, and I walked down the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I had somebody say, Brian, you're in the middle of the road. And I said, yes. And I tell you what, it was the safest place to be, because there are no cars on the roads where I am. There was people on the pavements.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed is not everybody's quite so aware with the social distancing. And I was walking down the other day and I had several people step out of their house or a shop and almost walk into me. And you can't always see it when they're coming out from the side. So
Yeah.
walking down the middle of the road, I can. So it's a strange time where we're breaking some rules, but if we're using common sense,
Yeah.
then I think it works.
So
And
Lisa in the group says common sense ain't that common.
no, it's such a shame, isn't it?
And there's several people.
Quite rare.
Nora is saying she's loving this, and Catherine is, yeah, you've got lots of people who are really enjoying this. And so I also wanted to say to my group that Brian's got a great Facebook page, goal mapping, and well, you've got two, haven't you?
Life Path.
Yes, yeah. Life Path. And if you just like the goal mapping and life path, then you will be able to see the conversation he had with Sheila about hers yesterday. I just wanted to put that in there.
Thank you. Here are some of the other maps. I'm just going to flick through them and then I'm going to go to the website and show mine.
Yeah.
So this one, I believe, by Chris Hill, really lovely young guy, helping people with mental well-being, but did this map to focus on the mental, emotional and physical. Here another one that was sent into the page recently. And this is what I was saying about commanding the subconscious. This is the analogy we use for children. And I have a children's goal mapping program, and we're just about to send out a lot of free resources on it to help families at home now. The conscious mind is like the master of the lamp. Yeah. So with your conscious mind, you're rubbing the magic lamp and you're giving your genie a command, because your subconscious mind, just like a magical genie, has great power, but it can't think for you.
Yeah.
That you must command the genie, and the best way to do that with a goal map. And I always recommend people have several. I know that your group obviously create maps around health and well-being and those things, but you can create them for absolutely anything in life. So let me come out the PowerPoint. Let me bring up instead my website. Now, for anyone that's new to this, if I sign out and I just show people, if you're brand new, you can just sign up at a free level and no money required at all. And if you're already a member, you use the login, and I'll sign in now. Oh, I've gone to sign up again. So I sign in now. And when you come into the website, it brings you to this island page. Each dot on the island is a piece of video from my goal mapping workshop. And if you want a deeper understanding about the brain cells and how they work, and it is actually worth watching, because what I also explain on this is how negative thinking produces stress and lowers our well-being. And a lot of people are becoming very fearful and negative in this time, and they're actually making things worse for themselves.
I know.
So if you want to deepen your understanding, go there. But here's the main thing. We want you to go here where it says My Goal Maps. And I want you to click on this button where it says Create New Goal Map. And it's going to give you a choice of a goal map or a life map. A life map is around beliefs and attitudes, but it's a goal map that's most going to serve you for tonight. You can always explore the life map afterwards. And it's going to take you through these 7 steps of creating your map. And there's a piece of video tutorial here that guides you through each step. However, rather than you watching that video, I'm going to guide you through this first step, because this first step is like the foundation. And rather than you just thinking about what goals do I want in my life, I want you to think about what goals are going to help you thrive through this period. And so my recommendation, Sandra, is we go through a guided visualization.
Perfect.
Where everybody can be involved. It's going to take us about 7 or 8 minutes.
Perfect.
And everyone can write down, either on a piece of paper, if you've got a pad and a paper, you can write your thoughts down on that. Or if you've got the website open, you can write your goals directly here into the dream page. And then what I'll do is I'll switch from this page to my map so that we're not on the call for hours. It normally takes about an hour for somebody to go from start to finish in creating their map. Some people do it in 30 minutes. But if I take the first step of everyone, then I switch over to my map, and I'll just use my map as an example of how that gradually builds. That makes sense for everyone?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
And I think a visualization will be amazing, because everybody in the group will also be able to do this. And there's one of our lovely ladies is suffering, Nicola. She's suffering from quite a heavy dose of anxiety right now, so I'm sure she can do with with the visualization, because that's lovely. Just one more thing before I forget. There's a lady called Thora from Iceland who says she's met you at Guildford Coaches Group, and it was a great presentation there too.
Yeah, I had a lovely time.
You get around, don't you, mate?
I had a lovely time with the Guildford Coaching School, and I've been to Iceland a couple of times now. And I've got friends in Iceland, and we've actually got 4 people certified to teach goal mapping in Iceland. So a lot of connections with it.
Cool.
Okay, everybody just sit back, make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
The more comfortable you are, the better for this. I'm going to sit back a little as well. I'm just putting some cushions behind myself. I would ask everyone, if they're happy to do so, to close their eyes. I'm also going to close mine because I just find it easier to focus. Now, very often when doing a goal map, you just dream big, but we're going to take a guided visualization just about the next 3 months, because I think that's the right sort of period, the next 3 months to focus on, and then you can always evolve the map in 3 months' time if we need to give longer. But let's hope that within 3 months we're all in a better situation than we are now with this thing. So if you're ready as well, Sandra, take a step back, close your eyes.
Relaxing.
And I'd like everyone to take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, please. All the way down to the tummy. And breathe out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, will you say the word relax 3 times to yourself in your own language? Now, once more, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, I am, 3 times to yourself in your own language. And once more now, please. A deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words within 3 times to yourself in your own language. Relax. I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head, like white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now as the relaxation moves deeper. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders, arms and hands, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed with each easy breath that you take. As the relaxation moves even deeper, relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. I'd like you to imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore. Clear blue skies above, soft rolling waves, and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you stroll along this beautiful, carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to take yourself 3 months forward in time now and take a walk through an ideal day that represents your ideal life 3 months from now, with you being completely victorious in every way over this current situation with the coronavirus. Seeing from when you first awake in the morning, that great feeling of gratitude that you wake with for being in good health, mentally, emotionally, physically. Seeing yourself getting out of bed with a great level of energy. And notice how you start your day. Maybe you're beginning your day with new habits you've developed through this period. New habits of gratitude, new habits of exercise, new disciplines, new knowledge you've gained, new skills you've developed. Now begin moving into your working day. Notice how grateful you are for the level of freedom to work where and when you wish. Maybe you develop new habits from working from home that now balance physical working within an office or traveling to be with clients. See all the different areas of your life and how they benefit from you having survived and thrived through this period. From that future place of feeling great and being in a set of great routines for your life, I want you to look back to this time and see all those empowering habits, winning attitudes, and lifting beliefs that have helped you through this period. What are some of the most inspiring thoughts you've held for yourself? What are some of the attitudes that have really served you through this challenging time? Notice the physical behaviors, the routines you've engaged in to help you stay fit and healthy, even while being at home for most of the hours and limited within exercise. You still find those ways to be at your best in a physical sense. And notice all the innovative ways that you've engaged in to help you within your finances and economy. Notice those habits that you've developed that serve you within your relationships. Finding ways to get along with family, staying connected with people. And now notice how you are making a contribution to others, the ways that you can help. Maybe by just giving words of encouragement online. Maybe you're in a physical health where you can be a volunteer for others. Connect with all the great feelings of self-esteem, self-worth, self-love that has helped you through this period. Notice how you feel about yourself and notice your strongest reasons for not just surviving, but absolutely thriving and coming out of this situation for the better. See all the people that have helped you. See the ways that you've helped yourself. And when you're ready, come back to this present moment, bringing with you any good ideas, insights, and intentions that serve you, knowing that it's all possible. And when it feels right for you, open your eyes. Now, either with pen and paper, write short statements, please. We want to capture the essence at this point. Just a few words is enough. Just capture the essence, or write directly into the field here on the web page. Each time you click Add Dream, it will appear as a list on the right.
And Brian, you're going to explain, obviously, why the I am, etc. Because this is the thing that I find most challenging for people when they're doing their weight loss goals. They're not in the, I suppose. Will you carry on?
When I coach someone on this, and Sandra, have you written any of your own? Have you written them on paper?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Right, let me stop sharing my screen and just very quickly share your screen. and write a couple, because it will serve as a great example to people. And then I'll finish off by saying what I was going to do, which is I'll go over to my map and I'll go through it, but just as a 2-minute demonstration to people about what's important here. So if you click on the green button that says share,
Yeah.
and then the panel comes up and you click on the button down in the bottom right-hand corner that says share.
Yeah.
And then you want to click on your Google Chrome web browser to bring up the goal mapping website.
Yeah.
Click on the goal mapping tab. It's underneath your video. I can see it, but probably you can't, because the video is probably in the way. You might need to drag and drop the video out of the way.
Yeah, hold on. Drag and drop the video out.
And then you can see the tab. It's right in the middle. So you've got...
oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you just got to move some of the things out the way. I can see it, you can't, because your things show up in your screen, but not mine.
Here we go.
Right, so click on Create New Goal Map.
I think I did.
No, I'm seeing your page, and you haven't clicked on the goal map yet.
Right, hold on.
So you see you've got the goal map and the life map. You want to click on the goal map one. You've done all that bit.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That was my goal map.
No, click on Create New Goal Map. Orange button that says Create New Goal Map.
Sorry, do you know what? It's underneath the video.
Yeah. You can move all the video to the top now. Now click on the goal map rather than the life map. Okay.
Right, here we go.
Now write a couple of your goals into the box, and I'll show you some of the simple things for everyone to do. There's just a few simple rules to make your goals powerful.
In the context that I've just...
Yeah, just write them how you want, and then I'll cover it.
Do one more, yeah?
Yeah.
I had that one down.
Okay. So stop there. Now, you've studied psychology for years. You're a skilled hypnotherapist, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And so you have an understanding around goal statements. Most people don't.
Yeah.
So you're already following some of the rules, but here's what most people do. Most people write something down like, get fit. Get fit is not a goal command to your subconscious.
No.
Get fit is 2 words that makes up a statement.
Yeah.
A goal command must be written as an affirmation. So that means it's personal, it's positive, and it's present tense. So I get fit becomes a goal command. I am fit is much stronger because it's present tense. So you've got I am strong.
Yeah.
And good command to yourself. However, the more meaning you can give to the statement, the more power it has on your subconscious.
Yeah.
I'll give you a short example. 2 years ago, I wrote, I am healthy. Right? It was a positive, personal, present tense affirmation command, but it weren't saying much. And then I decided, I'm going to do a cleanse, and I did an aloe vera cleanse where I drank loads and loads of aloe vera. And the company that I got it from said it gives your skin a healthy glow. So I wrote, I have a healthy glow. And then I thought, what do I really want to achieve with this? And I had like a bad rash on my face, and I had a verruca on my foot that wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But I really want them gone. And so I wrote, I'm a healthy glow from head to toe. Well, I laugh as well. But the point is, that little sentence was not just a rhyme, it had meaning. It said what I wanted. I'm a healthy glow from head to toe.
Absolutely.
And within 2 months of that map, the rash had gone, the verruca had gone. It had been there for several years. I've been to the doctors, couldn't get rid of it.
Amazing.
The goal map is also gone. It's 2 years ago. But the statement, because it had meaning, is still in my mind. It had a deep influence. I'm a healthy glow from head to toe.
Yeah,
So,
fantastic.
but you want the Goldilocks zone of not too many words, not too few.
But
because a lot of people have and.
Yeah, I think, you know what, these, I am a strong person, but I have found the last 10 days have just
stretched you.
Yes. And when I saw Sheila's you know, Superwoman thing, that just lodged in my mind so much that
had meaning.
Oh my life, absolutely. And that's why it's here, because you know, it's I suppose I carry I'm strong for my kids, I'm strong for lots of people, I'm strong for people in the group, and but it's been quite challenging, and so that is so meaningful, because I've now got Sheila's you know, and that would have been, it was just such a perfect Superwoman visualization, and I've got that ingrained now, and it's so I totally get what you're saying, and happy and healthy, because actually when you're mentally challenged, you know, your health really suffers, as we both know. And you know, when you're feeling when the stress is taking control and anxiety, it really affects your immune system, and that's why that is there as well. And then energized, because I used to have loads of energy, but stress zaps your energy too.
So the keys are whenever you're saying I am sorry, that's a positive command to your subconscious.
Yeah.
You want the right amount of words, not too few, not too many. You want it meaningful.
Yeah.
And here's one more thing. I want you to click on the pencil button at the end of the statement where you've got I'm happy and healthy. There's a little pencil button at the end.
There is.
Click on that. I want you to read the statement out loud for me, please, Sandra.
I am happy and healthy.
1 to 10, how strong does it feel for you?
Probably 9.
Change the H on healthy to a capital H.
Ah. Yes.
Read it out loud again.
I am happy and healthy.
Does it feel stronger or weaker?
Oh yeah, a capital made it feel really far more powerful.
The thing that I've come to love about doing goal mapping online and coaching people in real time, and I'm doing it day in, day out, is that you can make these small changes to your map. And what I've realized is many small changes add up to a big difference. You really can't do it on paper in the same way. It's not practical.
Yeah.
Online, on a digital map, making these small changes is like fine-tuning the lens of a camera. Suddenly the picture comes into focus and it's really clear.
Yeah.
And you can come back to your map each morning. It's becoming a ritual, you know, for me while I'm sat in. Because when you create the map, it creates those brain cell connections. But remember, they break apart again. So it's really important you look at the map once a day and say the words, and that recreates the brain cell connections.
Yeah.
And this isn't some new thing I've dreamt up.
No.
Look, in all of the ancient philosophies, they knew this. And in ancient times, affirmation with the words, visualization with the pictures. In India, it was known as yantra and mantra. Mantra, the words, yantra is the power pattern. Same within Buddhism, Hinduism, you'll find it all of the cultures around the world. It's thousands and thousands of years old, but here we're explaining the science. If you unshare your screen.
Yeah, Catherine in the group has said strong physically and mentally. So I suppose you can, yeah, you can actually
If we
expand
were
on
doing
that.
a coaching session now, a real one, rather than me going and showing my map, I would be guiding you to say, I am strong in mind, heart, and body.
Yeah.
Because actually you need that trilogy in these times.
Sure.
And each one is connected to the other. You said it just now, when we become negative in our mind, we release the opposite of serotonin, the feel good. We release cortisol. It starts to make us feel anxious, anxiety, fearful, but also, of course, it suppresses our immune system.
Yeah.
And in these times, we need to do whatever we can to keep our immune system high.
Absolutely, 1,000,000%.
So I am strong in heart, mind, and body, or body, mind, and heart, whichever way you want to do it. You can put soul in as well if you want to.
Yeah.
But those are the types of changes I'm recommending to people. Unshare your screen when you are ready with the up in the top there. And I will share mine as soon as you have released the screen share.
There we go. Cool, I did that all by myself.
Well done. So if I go to, here's my map then. This is the one that I've done for, I'm back to the first one. Here's the one I've done for myself with my own survival. So here are my statements, and this is what I'm saying, not too long, not too short, but make them meaningful. So I will survive. I'm not just going to survive, but I'm going to do it with a song in my heart, which for me means I'm thriving. I help others to thrive. I help my children learn the great lesson of life, not just my children, but other children. I am going to prosper in this time. I will be innovative and find ways to do it.
Yeah.
And I give extra care to myself because I know that I'm in that high risk group, but I don't want to use the word vulnerable. And I'm also giving that care to my community.
Mm.
So you write 5 things that are meaningful for you. And then on step 2 order, there is one simple question you ask yourself: which thing, once achieved, most help you achieve some of the others? You may want them all equally, but this second step is about logic. So which step logically is most going to help you? Well, for me, it's this one that's already in the center. But it may be when you look at it, it's one over here. You can click on any one, click it, and it will move to wherever you click. Yeah. And so you can move all of the goals around. And for me, like I said, I will survive with a song in my heart, I believe, is the most important thing. And then you can move them up and down or left to right. There is no great logical reason for moving the side goals other than you want the map to be as pleasing as possible. And again, this is something you can come back to. You don't have to decide everything up front. You can keep on playing with it until you get it right. Yeah. We're all going to have time at home to develop these new daily habit patterns. And then on step 3, visualize. The pictures are already here because I've chosen them. But when you click on it, you'll see the image icon at the bottom, and then you can choose the pictures you want.
Right.
And you can literally just click on any picture, either in these pre-stocked folders, So all these tabs have images in them. You can just take an image you like this nice yoga lady here, I can bring it in. Or I can use Pixabay. So I can say health. Pixabay is a public image website. Somebody's got the Mona Lisa here, look, with a face mask.
Oh, my life. Good
The
heavens.
nice thing with Pixabay is it's a public website. You can use any of the images for free, and it's constantly updated by the public. And they vet the images. If you want to, you can upload personal photos from your computer. And this is a really good thing to do, because when you have an image that says of your loved ones, that will trigger a level of brain cell stimulation that no drawing can do. And the thing to avoid is pieces of clip art. You want to have images that are meaningful. So you can see here I've got a picture of my children, for instance, because it's very recognizable to me, obviously. So I'm going to go back to the original picture I had. So you put pictures in all the different goals, and then on step 3, why? What are your reasons for surviving? Mine are, for my children, obviously, they're still young. For myself, and this image of train spotting come to my mind, I choose life. And so telling myself I'm going to get through this is really important, because it's been overwhelming for me some days. And because I believe it's my purpose to help as many people as I can. So for my work in the world. And then we want a date. And I'm suggesting to people 3 months. Thinking that we've got to go through isolation for even longer is really daunting. Shorter is probably unrealistic. And so I'm saying 3 months is a good period. So I did this map on the 22nd of March, and I've chosen 22nd of June. When I get to the 22nd of June, if we're still in some sort of lockdown, then I will reset the map at that point. But I expect the map will have changed many times by June. You can choose by the year, the month. You can use these little counters to move along. And then how? So what are the actions that you need to take in order to move along a path towards the achievement of your goal? I believe finding for yourself those actions that really help you to be at your best, practicing them on a daily basis so that they become routines.
Absolutely.
And set an example for others is really the best way. With any of these actions, you can also write in a to-do list. So it might be get home, exercise, equipment.
You've done such an amazing job with this site. It's just so it's honestly, it really is such a great tool now. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. Yeah, I've poured my heart into it the last couple of years. The strange thing is, Sandra, I really didn't want to do it.
Oh my goodness.
No, for many years I've trusted intuition, and I have a journal, and in the mornings I get myself into a meditation state, and I write in the journal and I allow myself to do automatic writing. And around about 2016, I started getting messages in my journal while I was in meditation that I needed to stop traveling around the world. I've spoken in more than 30 countries, as you know, and I was doing that every week. And it said, stop traveling, create an online program, start coaching people online. And I resisted it for 2 years. And then in 2018, I finally moved forward with it. Didn't want to do it. But of course, looking back on it now, I'm seeing all of the positives in it.
Absolutely.
So here, the last step, step 7, who, and sometimes the who is someone else. So who's going to help you take those actions to move along your path towards your goal? All of the who in here is me. So me being a light warrior, me choosing in mind, heart and body, and me connecting with my my own groups and taken their advice. And so if we look at the map again, you can see here the detail. When you have your map online, you can also open up any of the pictures and bring them large if you want to see the picture in more detail. You can sort of zoom into it. And then there are a bunch of other things you can do. So of course online you can choose how you're going to see it. You can choose side-by-side view, the combined view we had just now, just pictures, just words. You can have team maps. If you've got a coach, and we've got a whole bunch of coaches in the program, you can share your map with your coach. And you want to give your map a name. So my victory over Corona is the name I've given this map. Because again, it's given the map more meaning.
Yeah, that's a really amazing title, actually. Victory over Corona. Fantastic. Really is.
We've got a journal where you can see your to-do list. If you're adding in those to-dos, they all come up here. Remember, you can watch the video. You can download the workbook pages in the resource center, and you can check your life balance, give yourself a score, watch the video. It'll show you where to focus, because I really recommend that people have more than one goal map.
Yeah.
You know, having one's a good start, having more focused on different areas of your life, different things you want to achieve, health, well-being, work, family, etc., just allows you to have that detail. Very last thing from me is that once you've got your map, print it out. So if I go back to mine again now.
Yeah, that was a question a lot earlier, actually, about printing them out.
It's right here.
I can't remember who'd asked it.
So here's the map I just went through. And when you get to the end of it, it says generate image. So you click on that, and it creates a combined word and picture file, which I can save to my computer. I can have it as a screensaver. I can print it. I can email it. I can do lots of things with it. The main reason for printing the map out is because you really want to put this on your wall and see it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
As you know, Sandra, the brain moves through different rhythms over a 24-hour period.
Absolutely.
And when we first wake, we're in alpha rhythm, and the connection to our subconscious is strong. So that's a good time to look at your map. And as you look at the picture, say the words yantra, mantra. So visualization, affirmation. But I don't recommend that people do that on the computer. So it's good to have your map on your computer. You can keep on making changes, but then print a copy out, just like I've done here. I've got it in my folder. It's next to my scribble pad. And just a few moments of looking at my map in the morning, and as I look at the pictures, saying the words, helps to form those brain cell connections and reinforces the command to the subconscious.
Absolutely. I mean, I've done this for years, and yeah, I had one. Well, gosh, I had one running, didn't I? For it was 12 years, and suddenly it was all about the NHS, and I looked on my wall one day, and I must admit I wasn't looking at it every day for 12 years,
No.
but that was when I very first, you know, very at the very beginning, or it was 10 years actually, when I very first day I started this, and 10 years later looked at it and thought, oh my life, oh my, it was happening, and I had it on the wall, but of course then it becomes subliminal, doesn't it? You kind of don't, unless you make a conscious effort to look at it. It kind of is there, but it's not there. Now Catherine has said, is this appropriate for younger people? Of course it is. You do work in schools.
If I share my page again, just to show people where it is, I don't know how many of your people have the upgrade level, Sandra. I know many of them do. At the free level, this is not available, but if you have the silver or gold level, here where it says family goal mapping, you see that silver button?
Yeah.
Click on that and it brings up the family page. And in the family page, we have the audio of my children's storybook. It's actually a book for all ages. So it is 2 hours, 15 minutes. And the audio book synchronizes with the student workbook and the parents' workbook.
Great.
So a parent can give the audio to their children to listen to. They can print out the student workbook. They can cover the adult book online or print it. They've got the printable paper templates to use. And then there's a video of me coaching my own daughter, Aisha. And my children have been doing their maps since they were just 5 years old. And so here we are sat at the kitchen table with Aisha doing her map on paper. There is also a video for parents to watch to learn how to do it with their children. If the children are young, you might want to print out the paper templates. But if they are 12, 13 or more, then I recommend that they do the map online. The real advantage of doing the map online, a lot of people like to draw the map. I like to draw the map. But online, you can make the changes. And when you're going to look at your map every day and say those words, and I recommend people do it for a minimum of 10 days, you will notice some changes you want to make.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just changing a single word makes a world of difference.
Absolutely.
You know, because you go, oh, I want to say that. And on paper, it's hard to do. Or suddenly you see that inspiring picture on the internet and you think to yourself, yeah, I want to use that image. Like you with Sheila finding the Superwoman picture.
Yeah.
And it is there in one of those folders that I showed earlier. So
yeah, I saw it.
You can go to those folders, you can use those pictures. And I'm updating them fairly regularly.
Yeah. So I've got some teachers in the group, and one is a head teacher, and she's asked if she can share the website with the students at school. I'm sure you'd be really, really happy about that, would you?
She absolutely can. I've had a bunch of schools contact me, and I am putting together at the moment a program for schools to use that family material, but also to have some of my coaches do a free session, Zoom like this, where they will do a guided session for students.
Okay. And is that just, when you're saying the Zoom thing, is that just in this time, or, I mean, you visit schools, don't you, or you used to?
Yeah. When I work in a school, and this is the same with my trainers, and there are 1,400 certified trainers around the world, and there are goal mapping sessions being streamed into schools in several countries at the moment, in Denmark, in Italy, in England, in Ireland. Now, when I was doing a physical workshop in a school, we would get the kids together in a class, obviously, and we would run a goal map session. And I would like to do 3 sessions. I'd come back 3 times because I want the children to have more than one map, and I want them to get into the habit of setting the goals. It wasn't always practical for the school to keep getting the kids together. But online, I can give a link to the school. The school passes that link on to the students, and it means that the student is able to watch the video either in real time, like you were doing to create their map, or they watch the recording and they create their map. But here's the important part. Once they've created their map, they share it with their teacher.
Right.
Because this is the way that we've used goal mapping in schools, is that the student creates the map and shares it with the teacher. On a digital map, the teacher can then give feedback, and if the student wants to, they can amend the map, they can update it.
Yeah.
It's just the click of a button, and you can change any aspect of the map, like I was going through. And when you get to this last step, we've got all the share buttons here. You can share through email, you can share the URL. And not only do we want the student to share the map with their teacher, we want the student to share the map with their family.
Yeah.
Because during this time, we want the family on board.
Absolutely.
And at the silver level of the program, which is this family level, a person can create 10 goal maps. The whole family can be involved. There's video for the adults, there's material for the younger people, and it can all be channeled with the teacher so that the teacher can see the maps. And what we're planning to do is a 7-week session. So a map, 1 per week.
Right.
A map about getting through this period for the students. A lot of them are lost hope.
Yeah.
So we want them to focus on the future is going to be good for them. A map about their well-being in this time, mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being. And we want them to do maps around keeping themselves in a good way, contribution, how they're going to help with their family or others.
Yeah.
And of course, then maps around their subject. So they can do a map for math, a map for English. And I have different coaches coming in to help me with these lives. And I will look to just set it up for the school.
Cool.
It's something we're trying to pull together at the moment as a contribution. I've been
Fantastic.
doing it on a physical basis for years. But of course, now we're taking it all online. I've got my tech team working on it at the moment. So if there are school teachers listening in or people that know schools that you think, okay, we want to help them with this, I'm happy to make that contribution, and we will make sure the school gets it and can use it.
Fantastic.
And we will give the codes to the school to give to their families. All right, so this isn't about trying to profit out the situation.
Thank you.
With the school that's contacted me today, just as an example, they want a year group to go through it. So they want 100 silver codes. A code is an upgrade code to go from the free level to the paid level, so you can use all the features. So
Amazing.
we're giving the school 100 codes for 100 students and their families, and we're giving them gold codes for their teachers.
Wow.
And then we will give them the resource that they can have on their website, but also this stream at say 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, for instance, where one of my trainers will deliver a lesson on this.
Amazing. Fantastic. Look, I think we probably better leave it there.
Yeah.
Because it's now 9:15. And I've had so many people saying thank you very much, and
I hope it's helped.
yeah, no, honestly, I've got, yeah, it's just so many people saying thank you, Brian, and the lovely teachers that we've got, Catherine and Avani, to name just two. I'm sure we've got more. They are going to talk. Catherine's going to talk to her head, and Avani is going to contact you. So yeah, all good, and we've got lots of hearts and thumbs going across the screen right now. So
feel free to give my details out to anyone that like any of those teachers that need to get in contact. Happy to help.
Cool.
The last thing, Sandra, and I know you know this, but just that last reminder again, it really isn't listening to me talk about this that makes it work. It is.
No.
It is create. That's why after 25 years, I'm still creating my maps.
I know, and this is the next thing. Should we just jointly issue a task to this group that this is your week's work now? You've got plenty of time. You're at home, most of you, not our lovely nurses and our teachers. I know are busy, but for the majority of people, you have a lot of time on your hands. And I know there's lots of people working from home, but our routines are disrupted, and so this is the task this week. I normally on these live set tasks for the next 7 days, and I want to see all these maps in the group.
Absolutely. When someone posts their map, it's psychologically, it's like the person standing up in a room and saying, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So creating a map, one level of power, looking at it every day, another level of power,
yeah,
sharing into the group, people are going to really empower themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And just think about how much we're going to be empowering everybody in the group when they just see all this.
It's just very inspiring, honestly, for others to see the maps. So
absolutely.
I really recommend it.
Yeah,
Let
fabulous.
me know how you get on.
I really will. So, shall we just go on?
And you'll lead the way with your own map, Sandra.
Yes, I know.
Not that I want to put you on the spot there.
I will, honestly.
Good.
Yeah, we've had, I am.
I'm doing it tonight.
So, anyway, great task. And I was going to spend 15 minutes just talking to the group, but I think they're fed up with hearing from me. So
well, I can sign off if you want to talk with your group.
No.
It's been a pleasure to be with you.
It's late, honestly, and as long as we go for this, I think the task over the next 7 days is to focus on the baby steps with this, and looking at this, creating our goal maps, and then I will do some more work in the group on kind of breaking it down, and let's look at our.
And I'm happy to help. Come in another time and we'll look at life mapping, for instance.
Yeah, fab. Lovely.
Wish you all lots of love.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody at home, for taking part. You've been great, and loved doing it. I was saying earlier, I'm an extrovert, and I just have to have these conversations.
Yeah. Stay safe, be well,
Thank
live
you.
long and prosper.
Thank you.